Hi friends, Pastor Daniel Gouveia here. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for coming to my channel, Crucified for Me. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and all that ink. Has been a while since I've done a Bible review, but I couldn't resist buying this Bible. I wanted a new CSB. I have a few CSBs. I actually have them out here today. The large print ultra thin reference Bible and the single column personal size Bible. Maybe at the end I'll compare them a little bit, but I've never reviewed those actually on my channel. I've been busy. We're moving to another house. That's why I actually have the Bibles with their boxes here today, and I just took them out of a box maybe to compare at the end with this Bible. I really enjoy the CSB. I've listened to the CSB last year from Genesis to Revelation, and I like the translation. There's a few things with the translation that I actually don't really like, so it's not gonna beat my love for the New King James. The New King James is my favorite translation in English, at least so far. But I do like the CSB. I love to compare, and I actually even preached with this Bible yesterday. So I'm gonna show you the Bible. There's already a few reviews of this Bible online, so I'm sure you can find other excellent reviews. So this is the CSB Christian Standard Bible verse by verse layout with wide margins, cross references, and black goatskin leather. And let me tell you, just for the box, I would give this Bible a 10 out of 10 because this box is amazing. I just love this color. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of a teal color, whatever, but it's darker in the corners. They did such an amazing job. I mean, they had other boxes already that were really cool, but this one to me, wow, Holman, great job. So you have the specs here, and you can look at those. You can pause the video if you need. They don't tell you the GSM of the paper of this Bible. So the Bible retails for $149.99, but you can get it for under. I bought it from Lifeway, and it was considerably less expensive than that. So you have verse by verse layout, 2-column format, robust cross-reference system, black letter text, 10-point type font, 3 ribbon markers, concordance, might soon binding, presentation page, full color maps, CSB. All right, there's a CSB Skylar Quintel coming out later on this year, and that's probably going to be a great temptation for those of us who love the CSB, but I think I'm pretty satisfied with this one, especially because it's not my main translation. So you have goatskin leather cover. It's thick. I love that. Thank you, Holman. Great. Perimeter stitching, and it's very well done. The leather feels authentic. It has some little creases and stuff like that. It's really thick. It's not shiny, and I love it. I really like it. You have the gilt line here. Very well done. You have a leather liner, goatskin leather cover, and it is edge lined, as you can see. Dark brown headband and a dark brown tailband as well. Okay, so you open it up, really thick paper here, very thick. Presentation page presented to, by, on, and there's so many verses that you can choose to put on a presentation page, and they have chosen wisely. Praise the Lord. Look at this. Then he said to me, "These words are faithful and true." Amen. Praise God. All right, so verse by verse Bible, and you have this cool little flower here that will appear throughout the Bible. Cool design. And CSB, Holman. All right, so you have the information page. Copyright 2020 by Holman Bible Publishers. So this is a 2020 text. It has just a few little differences from the 2017 text. Here you have the table of contents, and you have the introduction to the Christian Standard Bible. Tells you the philosophy of translation and some other cool features in the Bible, commonly used abbreviations in the CSB, and the title page for the Old Testament. See the little cool flower? Cool. All right, so then boom, you have the text. So you have the book name in dark red. I really like this red, dark, very beautiful. You have the chapter number and the verse numbers in red as well. That is consistent throughout the Bible. Now, if I could change a little thing in this Bible, would be maybe the verse numbers a little bit bolder, even bigger. It's a verse by verse, so obviously you want verses that stand out to you, verse numbers that stand out to you. These stand out. They are very visible. In the pulpit, I had no issue finding the verses and all that. But it just, if I had something to say, the first thing would probably be, give me the verse numbers just with a little bit more boldness to them and a little bit bigger. The font is a 10-point font. It's not very bold, but it's very readable. Dark font. The black is great, but it's not like super dark. Actually, the quotations for the Old Testament in the New Testament are in bold. You'll see that in just a little bit. So you have 2 columns and you have translation notes in the bottom, and in the right corner, right inferior corner of the page, you have the cross references. Looks wonderful, looks great. And as you can see, it's a wide margin. Now, it's not a super big wide margin, okay? Like you have with the Skylar, a Skylar wide margin. The margin in the Skylar is wider. It's really huge. I don't think I need all of this, so I'm pretty content with a margin this size. Now, what the Skylar has that I really like is a lot of space in the gutter, even a bit more than needed, but great space in the gutter. Here, when you come to the CSB verse by verse wide margin, it has space in the gutter. Ton of space. I don't need more than this, but it is a wide margin. So if it's a wide margin, maybe just a tad bit more space in the gutter. That would be my preference. But hey, I would take this, no problem in terms of space to write, to put notes in, no issues. If this was a New King James, it would probably be a very great contender to be the one. An interesting thing in this Bible is that in the Bible references, when you have a lot of cross references, let me find this place here with a lot. Okay, what they did, which is cool, is they go A, B, C, D, blah, blah, blah. When they get to Z, they start AA, AB. So that's the way they chose to do the references for the cross references. So you can find your way when you're studying. Like, for instance, here, Psalm 45, verse 3, you have a cross-reference. At the end of the verse, it gives you AA, so you come and you find it here. Chapter 45, verse 3, AA, and it gives you the cross-references because they had arrived already to Z in this page. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, so you have 3 ribbons. Let me pull them out. It's a black one, it's a yellow one, and it's a red one. The red is not as shiny or not as bright as you see it on the camera, but it is shiny and it is bright. It's not a dark red. Now these look double satin to me. You come to the end of the Old Testament, Malachi chapter 4, ta-da, and you have no pages in between, just title page for the New Testament, again, little flower, ta-da, and you have Matthew. It is a black letter text. There's no red letter for the words of Jesus. You do have, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you have bold font for quotations from the Old Testament. If the whole Bible was in this bold font, this would be an amazing, amazing Bible, and it would last you a lifetime, because look, this bold is great. It kind of reminds me of the Preaching Bible by Thomas Nelson. Yeah, this would make a lot of people happy. Now, again, this font is great, very readable, no issues with this font, but if it was like a little bit bolder, wow, that would be amazing. So you come to the end of the Bible, Revelation 22, and you have a table of weights and measures. Let me show it to you guys here. And then you have the rest. And then you have a CSB Concordance. Nice concordance. A lot of pages in the concordance. Let me see how many pages you have here. Let me see. You actually have around 75 pages of concordance. So pretty nice, decent concordance. And then you have one of the features that to me is one of the great features, one of the best features in this Bible. That is the maps. They're not shiny at all. They have such an amazing color, especially the C. They did it in such an amazing blue, or it looks like has also a little bit of gray. I just love it so much. I mean, these maps are beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Holman. Just love it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pause if you need to. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 maps. Wow, beautiful maps. Now then you have this thick paper here, and that's the end of the Bible. Okay, now I did preach with this Bible like I mentioned, and I underlined my text. I was just a tiny little bit disappointed with the paper. I'm not saying it's a bad paper, it's very good paper, okay? I don't know the GSM. As I was underlining using my microns, it's not like I could see a lot of bleed through, but I don't know. So I've decided to make a test for you guys, so we are all gonna see here how this paper will hold up to my severe Bible paper test. I had no issues in preaching with this Bible. I had no issues having it on my hand, on the pulpit, perfect. But I don't know, I just see my notes on the other side of the page in a way that I was not expecting to see in a wide margin. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe the paper turns out to be great, but I'm just gonna test it right here, right now. I brought a micron, a red micron. I'm gonna find a place here that kind of matches my channel. Okay, this is a good page here, has cross. So let us make a cross by the cross, and we will see how this paper will hold up. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, now you don't have bleed through, but again, now in the edges of the cross, you can already see clearly a lot of ink there. And this was just once. I've tested some Bible papers and I go 5, 6, 7 times. Just one time, and I can see that little dot there more than I would like to. So let's see what happens when I go second time, okay? So 1, 2. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, not that bad. Not that bad. Give you that. All right. Okay, so go at it again. 1, 2. This is my third time doing the cross. Wow, not bad. I was expecting that we would have bleed through. Okay, you see in the edges of the cross where the pen stops, you definitely start having a little bit of bleed through. Yeah. In those edges, you start having a little bit of bleed through. So let me try it again. It's going to be my fourth time. 1, 2. And wow, it's holding up. Not bad, not bad at all. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but yeah, it's holding up. Not bad. Let's go. It's my fifth time, I think. Okay, 1, 2. 5 times. Oh, guess what? I was wrong, huh? 5 times already with a micron and still no bleed through that is like very, very visible. You do have a little bit. 1, 2, that's 6. Okay, let's see if this was still holding, still holding. And let's another one. 7, that will be it. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, ooh, well, look at that. I mean, you can see it, you know, you can see it very well, but you can't really say you have bleed through. You can just maybe some little dots. So not bad, not bad. Not as good as I would like to have in a wide margin, but not bad, okay? So yeah, that's my craziness right there. Now you know what you can do and what you cannot do with this paper and how it will look. I have here the Skylar wide margin. If I put one font close to the other font, they're pretty comparable. I mean, the color of the paper is different, and the Skylar, yeah, you can feel it's a little bit more premium, but in terms of readability, and I even think that the Holman CSB is maybe a little bit more readable, maybe a little bit bigger, and a little bit more space between the lines, maybe I don't know. I think here the color of the paper and the black work maybe a little bit better. The contrast is a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah, even though this paper is not as thick maybe as I would like and not as opaque as I would like, I don't have a problem with the ghosting. I mean, you can see a little bit of text on the other side of the page. It is line matched, so yeah, it's not a big deal. Just in the places that you don't have text on this side of the paper, you can see a little bit. It's a very well done Bible. It's a premium Bible. Beautiful, awesome Bible. Let me compare it to another Bible, which is not a wide margin. Unfortunately, Thomas Nelson, why? This is, to me, one of the best Bibles. This is the verse-by-verse New King James Center Column Reference Bible. So here the references are in the center column. I immediately thought about this Bible when I got this Bible. Although they're very different in many things, but they are alike in some things. The size is similar. The verse New King James is, of course, not a wide margin, so the footprint is just a little bit different in the fact that the Holman CSB is wider. Okay, it's a little bit wider. That is the difference because of the wide margin. And if Thomas Nelson would do something like this verse by verse, with just a little bit wider margins, it would be a killer Bible. I mean, millions would be sold. Trillions, okay? Trillions. I'm trying so hard. See if you guys pick it up. Anyways, yeah, this feels a little bit more premium. The Thomas Nelson is a premier collection. Feels a little bit more premium. The leather feels a little bit softer, although it is very thick as well. I just love this Bible. I gave my first copy away because it had some problems with the gilt line, and I had underlined it. I bought one just for special occasions because I just love this Bible so much. You have the red under gold here. It's not a red, it's actually darker or more. It's a more vivid color than what you have here. The Holman has almost like a very, very light salmon, I would say. I don't know. It's also maybe red under gold, but really, really very, very light. You see, I didn't show you the gilding in the beginning, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, when you have this Bible in your hand, it doesn't feel like the most premium Bible in the world, but it is definitely a premium Bible. You can see it's a high quality Bible, and it's a Bible that you can probably take with you anywhere and do everything you want to do with it and not be really afraid, oh, it's so premium that I can't even touch it or take it out of the house. Anyways, I don't know if I showed you the spine in the beginning, but CSB, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman at the bottom. The hubs are not like raised hubs. They just have this almost fake ribs with these cool effects here. Nice. Okay. Yeah, these Bibles are comparable. Of course, the New King James has the poetry is centered, which I do not see here in the Holman. Even the Psalms are not centered. See, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. But this font here is darker. It's bolder, and that to me speaks volumes in the Bible. Also, the verse numbers, as you can see, they're way bigger and bolder than the verse numbers in the Holman. So to me, this is a very, very good thing. The paper is more white than this paper here. I really don't care about that. Yeah, this Bible feels a little bit more premium. The only thing, of course, is margins. We just want a little bit more, okay? This is perfect. I don't need more than this. This is perfect. All right, so that's it. In terms of the other CSBs, I do have this one here. I never reviewed it on my channel because there's so many reviews of this Bible out there. If you're interested in a review of this, I actually have a New King James like this as well. I don't know why the CSB just looks better than the New King James, but they're very similar. This is the large print ultra thin reference Bible. Definitely one of the issues issues I had with this Bible is that, you know, the font is great and is very readable, but it's a little bit thin, and this font here is way better for me. I like the looks of this Bible. Center column reference, just the red stitching here and the silver gilding. Beautiful, beautiful Bible. I can actually put it on top of the verse by verse CSB and give you an idea of the size. See how the footprint compares. The verse by verse is a little bit wider, of course, because of the margins. I love the fact that this is verse by verse in wide margins. It's unbeatable for me. Great. That's what I prefer in the Bible. And I actually like Bibles that are black letter. I like red letter too, but black letter for me is great because I really like to underline. And sometimes I like to underline in red words that are red. And because of my color coding, you know, so. All right. So, but anyways, Holman, great, awesome work with this Bible. I love this Bible. I can't say enough things that are good about this Bible. I would probably put some raised ribs here. You know, you have these little raised ribs that you have on the CSB large print ultra thin. Yeah, they look nice, and I would put some even nicer here. Maybe that would probably be a feature that would help sell this Bible more. So anyways, friends, this was my Bible review, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a great time in the Word of God is my sincere desire for you all. All right, bye.